review on this thing, talk about this thing, pros and cons, and then obviously we're gonna beat the crap out of it and ride it as hard as I can. This is a mini Jeep from Tractor Supply. This is a 125cc pit bike engine with a 3-speed semi-automatic transmission. I bought this mini Jeep 3 months ago. I've had it for 3 months, and I've beaten the crap out of it. I paid $2,600, which is way too much for this little thing. You can get them cheaper. But it's okay, because I got it brand new. So I got this brand new for $2,600, 3-speed semi-automatic transmission, 125cc pit bike engine, 2-wheel drive, brakes all around, disc brakes all around. This is the 3-month honest ownership review, honest review. Let's start off. What do you get? When you buy it, you get this Jeep. It comes with this. It comes with this on the back like that. And it comes with this wheel bolted on right there. So I took it off for weight reduction because this is slightly heavy. This is slightly heavy. It adds up. So weight reduction. So the spare wheel is actually fire because if you need a spare wheel, you got a spare wheel. Now weight reduction. So it's lighter now. Comes with a key.
Oh, really?
2 keys. It's got disc brakes. 2 disc brakes in the front. 1 disc brake on the rear. There's a rear axle, a solid rear axle. So it's good for drifting. But it's the Jeep. It's not really a drift vehicle, but you can drift it. So it's 1 disc brake on the rear axle, and there's 2 disc brakes in the front. Hydraulic brakes. It's not like a line.
Cable.
What?
A cable.
Cable. So you got 2 pedals here. Brake pedal, gas pedal. This is the shifter. So this is downshift. This is upshift. So you're neutral. 1, 2, 3.
And also has reverse.
Reverse, if you're neutral, you go up like that.
Yeah.
And then if you're in 3rd gear, 2, 1, neutral, reverse. So this is how you go up, this is how you go down. It's pretty simple. Turn the key on. There's a little thing here that tells you what gear you're in, which is pretty cute. This is kilometers an hour.
Speedo.
Because obviously we live in England or something, I don't know.
Yeah,
so this is pretty much useless. It's cool, but it's pretty much useless. These are blinkers. Left blinker.
Wait. Go.
Left blinker.
Yep.
Right blinker.
Oh, yeah.
Above that, headlights.
Fire. They're not that good.
Yeah, they're not that bright, but they work.
Yeah.
So, headlights, blinkers, red button, a
Horn.
decently loud horn.
Yo, you see, it's street legal. You could literally get a plate for it.
This is the steering wheel.
Very
Pretty
nice.
simple. No power steering, obviously. So, this is all the way left. This is all the way right. Now, this right here.
E-brake.
This is the e-brake. This locks all 4 wheels. So it works great if you need to park on a steep hill or something. This is the choke. If you don't know what a choke is, I don't know why you're watching this video. But this is the choke on, off. Rear sprocket, a very long chain.
Yeah,
look how
long it is. It goes like all the way.
And can you show them this?
That's a tensioner.
That's the chain tensioner. So it tensions the chain.
Comes with full suspension all around too.
We'll talk about the pros and cons and my bad experiences and good experiences with this thing later on. But right now I'm just showing you about this thing. So, on the windshield.
Bro, you forgot to show the mirrors, bro.
We got mirrors. Let's pop them.
Pop the hood, baby. Let's see that 2JZ engine.
So, pull these back. Pop the hood.
2JZ, no.
125cc engine. Now, fill up with gas. You just take this off. Put gas in. It's pretty decent on gas, as you would expect.
That's your
It's got a
carburetor.
little filter on there where you fill up.
Yeah.
So it comes with a little carburetor, a little engine,
A little battery.
a little open filter like this. This is stock. We have not had a battery die yet or any fuse go or anything. So there's a little exhaust down there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
We have done 1 oil change on it so far. Oh, we did. I took the wrong thing out. I thought it was the oil. It was a spring. It popped out. A little confusing. Let's talk about the pros, cons, and what I've learned. Off the rip. In here, there's a cable you can spin and adjust to get full throttle. Because from stock, you do not get full throttle. So you adjust and spin some throttle cable thingy, you get full throttle, and it makes a big difference.
I forgot about that.
It really helps. So yeah, off rip, you just spin a little thingy, boom, full throttle. Is there anything else we removed or did?
Other than like the wheel and that tank thing, I don't think so.
So basically all I've done is remove the rear wheel, that little gas tank, spin this right here for full throttle, put washers on the front wheels as spacers. I don't know why, but we put a little bit of spacers on the front wheels. Put a
you
little
mean-
camber. So the camber, is
camber, yeah.
adjustable on this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna flip a 180 really. I'll put the e-brake on because we're on a hill.
You can kind of see the camber
All right, so
a little bit.
this is the Jeep. So it came with little caps on each side of here.
Those are lost.
Disappeared. Don't know where those went. Now, I don't know if you can see, but we got camber. So it's adjustable. You can spin.
Yeah, like
We added a little bit of camber to hopefully help with the steering angle. We'll get into that later. But yeah, we added a little bit of camber. This thing's got like a steering rack, like a normal car, but it's not power steering. A little bit of camber, a little bit of weight reduction, adjust the throttle for more power, and low tire pressure. That makes a huge difference. If you have lots of air in the tires and you go off-road, it is painful. So take a bunch of air out of the tires so it's a smoother ride. And also on the pavement, it helps turn better. If you're turning hard on the pavement, it'll just flip right over. If you take the air out of the tires, it'll squish and almost drift a little bit. So do a review on this thing, talk about this thing, pros and cons, and then obviously we're gonna beat the crap out of it and ride it as hard as I can. Show you guys later when I drive it why I like the low tire pressure, but yeah, that's basically all we've done to it, right? Let's start down the list. We got this thing, drove it for a little bit, oil change, throttle. We did put nitrous in it, held it fine. Not proper nitrous, but nitrous. Put it in it, held it fine. I was having some weird electrical issue, like under the dash. Where,
literally the day we got it.
yeah, the day we got it. We took it up in the woods. It would just lose all electricity, all power, and it wouldn't run. Actually, it would crank over, it just wouldn't run. I touched something under the dash, and it would like shake it, and it would work. So something was coming loose out of the dash, but for some reason, it's not been a problem. It was that one time. Ever since then, it just went away. I don't know, but it's like I needed to glue some things together so that because they kept falling apart. But it works fine now. Not an issue. I didn't even fix it. So
I thought you did fix it.
A few bolts were loose after you do a little bit of your first ride. Like this was loose, or one of these bolts were loose around here. So you just gotta check the stuff after a little while.
Yeah.
Now come back here. Do not use these to hold your body weight.
Yeah.
Cameraman wants to grab on it to get in this net. This is flimsy. The screws that are holding this are going into plastic. If you rip this, it'll break loose and it'll strip the holes. So this side's fine because no one really touches it much, but this side, this will strip and come loose. I have it like JB welded and glued and thread locked tight, but as you can see, it's still got a little wobble. So these are a little fragile. The backrest is a little fragile too, but it holds up all right. This thing does have seat belts. I do not use it because if I put the seatbelt on and I flip, I'm trapped in here. I don't want to be trapped in here. So, but if you're, oh, that's the thing. See, the seat is flat. If you're whipping, you'll slide right across the seat. So the seatbelt does help, but I don't want to get trapped if I flip over. That's basically all that's really happened. Just like this is kind of loosened up. A bolt has loosened up at the front. Oh, and the chain fell off the tensioner one time. Not off the sprocket, but off the tensioner. And it was making a little bit of noise. We popped it back on. It's fine. I don't know why it fell off or how. But it's been fine since, and I've beaten on it pretty hard. Pros and cons on this thing. For what it is, the power is pretty good, and the top speed's not bad. So the top speed is good. The top speed, it's a 3-speed. So the top speed is good for what it is, but for what I like to do, I want to make it a little bit faster.
Yeah, it could be better.
So I'm going to do like 1 or 2 teeth bigger on the front sprocket, which will give me a little more top speed. But first gear is really short. It's good for going slow. Second gear is like mid-range, and third gear is obviously like top speed. You're not going to be able to hit third gear unless you're on a smooth road on flat or downhill because the engine kind of not struggles, but it doesn't really like third gear because it's semi-long. Yeah. So third gear doesn't really exist off-road, up hills. It mostly just works good downhill or on smooth flat, the road. First gear and second gear is what you're going to use mostly. If you're going in the woods or on steep hills or doing obstacles, you're just going to be in first gear. If you're ripping around a little higher speed, second gear is what you're going to be at. You go into third and gun, it'd be like, it doesn't like it. The power is pretty good, especially once you adjust that thing. Top speed, it's acceptable. It's definitely acceptable. It's fun. You can, even in second gear, you could have enough speed to turn and just flip right over. So, all right, pros and cons.
How many times are you going to say pros and cons, bro?
Pros. We'll start with the pros. Actually, no. We'll start with the, no. All right, we'll
Yo.
start with the pros. It looks good. Decently adjustable. You can adjust the throttle to make it slow, or you can get full power. You got adjustable camber in the front. The brakes are amazing. The brakes are absolutely amazing. You could
10 out of 10.
So it does not have ABS. I should have said that. It does not have ABS. So if you just slam the brake like a quad, it'll just lock up all the wheels. But brakes are very good. Tires are good, but in the snow, you ain't going nowhere. Camber's adjustable. Power's decent. Top speed is good. Brakes are good. It shifts pretty easily. Starts pretty easily. It's good on gas. I'm going to say the engine is reliable. So the engine, I think, is reliable. I don't know about all the parts, but the engine is reliable. It's got blinkers. It's got headlights. Oh, look here. The bracket must have broken. This needs to get fixed. But
Oh, man.
this is what happens when you beat the crap out of it.
Oh, man.
So, another pro, thick chain. So the chain shouldn't stretch out too much or break, because it's a nice thick chain. Chain tensioner, good. If you tape up the tires, it can drift amazing. On the grass. Drift amazing. On smooth grass, tape up the tires, drifts amazing. About it for the pros. Let's go to the cons. Cons. Steering angle is not that good. That's all the way to the right.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to drift really far sideways,
it's not gonna work.
Not really gonna do it. And if you need to turn around, they got another pro. Reverse. Reverse helps so much. It's so nice. So nice. Because you're trying to turn, the turning angle is terrible, reverse, forward, reverse, so that helps a lot. Another con, this thing vibrates a lot and makes a lot of noises, especially if you're whipping on the road. And it's not like the alignment's not perfect. It's a little darty. So if you're flying and you let go of the wheel and it starts to turn, it'll just yeet and go. So it's a little dangerous. You got to make sure you have at least one hand on the wheel. The steering is a little hard. There's no power steering, so steering is a little hard. Steering angle's not that good. The grip is decent until you have like really, really thick mud or lots of snow. It doesn't really like to drift on the pavement or this. That's why if you take a bunch of air out the tire, like if you're whipping and you just turn and try to drift, it'll flip right over. That's why you take a bunch of air out the tires so it can squish the tires, and it's way more likely to drift. It's not terrible, but it does happen. If you have big feet and you're gunning it, sometimes it'll hit the bottom of that shift rod and push it a little bit, so it'll like go into neutral. Like it'll push it up in between gears and it'll slip the clutch because it's like not properly in gear.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure your feet aren't that big, or you just make sure you have them on the pedal properly.
And also for tall people, the shifter, it'd be hard to shift like with your leg.
Why would you shift it with your leg?
No, like because your leg is in the way. It's hard to shift.
Okay.
Because like with tall people.
I get in this and the cameraman gets in this, it sounds terrible. It's like the chain tensioner just sounds terrible. So it's more of a one-person vehicle.
Yeah.
It is slightly loud. It sounds okay, but it is slightly loud. It is loud. It is decently loud. Con, third gear isn't really usable unless you're on the road, so don't expect to really be used in third gear on rough ground. But yeah, the main cons are just the steering angle. That's really
Suspension.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, it's not really meant to actually be ripped off-road. I don't know if I missed anything. If I missed anything...
What about the seat? The seat?
Seat's fine. But,
there's got to be something else you don't like.
Yeah, like if you're heavy and you're putting a lot of stress on this, it'll probably wear out, and this is flimsy. I feel like I hit something in the woods, and now, like ground clearance is not good. Another con. Ground clearance is not that good. You can easily hit rocks and stuff in the woods. That's about it. There's no, honestly, the thing that bothers me the most about this thing is just the steering angle. I would say that. If you're in the woods gunning it and turning, sometimes it'll just understeer and the steering angle's terrible. But that's about it. But it's very flippy. That's why you got to take a bunch of air out the rear tires. Not the front. You let a little out the front so it's a little smoother, but you let the most out the back so it can squish around and drive a little better.
Thumbnail right here.
Because the brakes are all four, if you're turning really hard and you slam the brakes, it's just going to lock up the wheels. It's not going to turn. So if you slam the brakes, it's basically just going to lock up all four. So if you're turning really hard and you slam the brakes, don't expect to turn. The brakes are really good though. Oh, and like the stuff in the front is a little flimsy. Like if I hit the brakes hard, really hard, the control arms and everything kind of move. Like, I don't think this thing is really meant to be beat on and driven like a quad, like really hard.
Bro, this is just meant to just drive around and chill.
This is mostly made for show, or like a dad at
like a kid just cruising around like a backyard, not like the way you drive this.
Yeah, but I bought it to have fun. That's what we're gonna do with it. And if it breaks, we'll try to fix it. Oh, and the price, the price is high. You can get cheaper ones, and I could have got a used one for $600 cheaper, or like $800 cheaper.
That's not worth it.
I wanted a new one. We'll just start it off very calmly with a third gear top speed flyby down, just so I can kind of show you guys what the top speed is and what it's like going fast on roads that are a little
not
bumpy,
smooth.
A little bumpy.
Yeah. I guess.
Saw that? I fell off the seat.
Bruh.
I like fell this way and I couldn't get back up. See, that's why I want to use the seatbelt. If I flip though, I'm dead. Alright, the key is to use your left foot and rest it. You're like this, put your left foot here to hold yourself. That's the key. It's time to start driving this thing. Alright. Now it's just gonna be me driving this thing as hard as I can. We're gonna go hit a bunch of spots. I'm not gonna call it a montage because I'm not putting music, but here's me driving this thing hard.
I almost flipped like 4 times. There you go. Jeep things. Bro.
Where did I hit?
Probably the chain. Look. Oh my god.
I'm gonna jump this.
I was at. Bro, 600?
Like we could do different sprockets and stuff, but then it won't really have enough power. It's only
Yeah.
like 3 gears. Like first gear is really short. Second gear is like mid-range. It works good. Third gear is just too long already. So.
Why, bro?
So when you hit the brakes, it just hits all the brakes.
Oh my.
So now the brakes are lubricated and they're not gonna work. The rear brakes are not gonna work. So we only have front.
Nah, bro, they're gonna work better. What you mean, bro?
So we're only gonna have front brakes now. So watch what we can do now. See that?
Oh yeah.
The brake pedal's going down. I might have messed up my brake. Look.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we kind of lost rear brakes, but eventually it'll clean itself up.
I guess.
Reach these brake rings.
Ain't no way, bro.
Mini Jeep from Tractor Supply, $2,600, 3-month ownership review. control arm has play. That control arm has play. I think that's all the damage, right? There's no other damage.
Yeah.
Like, this control arm has play and the other one, but I mean, it still works. I mean, when you drive on the road, if you turn a little, it's like, so this thing at high speeds would be very, very sketchy and darty, but with how it is, that's fine. But really, after all it's been through so far, the only damage is just a little play in the front control arms. Maybe it has a wobble in the axle on the road, unless that's the tire or the rim.
Yeah.
I would give this thing a good. I definitely would think this thing is good. I would say it's good.
Bro said I'll give this thing a good. Bro, you gotta rate it 1 out of 10, bro. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10?
Rate it on the boom meter.
7 out of 10.
All right, and what about on the boom meter? Here, how many booms do you give it?
The cameraman is a child. You saw the pros and cons list. You see how it drives. The top speed isn't the best. You could adjust it, but then you need a little bit more power. So honestly, probably best to leave it how it is.
Yeah.
Is it overpriced? Yes, but you can buy it at other websites and stuff. It's not the exact same one, but it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
For a cheaper price.
Bro, you honestly could find better ones online.
Yeah. So
Because
probably better off doing that.
I saw Grindhard Plumbing Co. They bought one, and it had like better seats and stuff. It was red. It was nice, bro.
This thing's definitely good. Definitely worth it. I'm glad I bought it. Hit like and maybe we'll do an engine swap on this thing, but this thing is a blast. Nothing broke, so I guess I'm gonna keep on using it. I'll give it a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Very good.
Very good.
Overpriced but good. Thank you all for watching. Very nice.
Very nice.